Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another edition of the Salary Cap Report. I apologize for the later upload for today's SC Report episode. Usually I record these early in the morning and get the video out usually before the content drops at 11 a.m. Eastern or sometime around 11 a.m. Eastern. But I was pretty busy this morning. I mentioned in one of my last couple of YouTube videos that I wasn't feeling all that well and I hadn't been going to work. Ended up not going to work once again today, took myself to the ER, got the right meds, and now we're back and I'm feeling much better. And I wanted to still get this video out for you guys. I just didn't have the time or honestly the energy to do it this morning. The migraine was really kicking my ass, but now that I'm back, I'm ready to get back into the swing of things, and it looks like I missed out on quite a bit today. With the new super packs that came out, the ensuing market crash that came because of it. We're going to talk about all that stuff along with the usual stuff. We're still going to be covering the salary changes for players for what's today, the 25th of February. So why don't we start there? Because I did, when I got home from the ER a few hours ago, touch up my salary cap lineups to make them work under the 19K threshold, because the lineup that I built on Saturday obviously wasn't going to work today, because I don't know if you guys noticed or if you guys checked your salary cap lineups at all today. A number of players' salaries have gone up. You can see my lineup that has one Galaxy Opal in it with Kawhi Leonard had to be changed because Dyson Daniels and Paolo Banchero's diamond cards both went up by 1,000 salary up to 3,000. And so I had to bench a few players. I had to bench Dyson Daniels to bring in Reed Shepard. I had to bench Mario Chalmers, who went up to 1,000 salary, which is a little annoying, to bring in Stephon Castle for this lineup. And I still think this lineup could put in work for me, but I am a bigger fan currently of this lineup right here, where I downgrade from Kawhi Leonard to Pink Diamond Ron Artest. And if I really want to, what I could do here instead is I could bench Ron Artest and I could bring in Pink Diamond Bilal Coulibaly, who's now also at 5,000 salary, which is honestly pretty shocking to me. I would think that Bilal Coulibaly is on a lot of different people's teams, but maybe he's not being used all that much. So I could bring in Coulibaly here. The other option I have at my disposal, if I wanted to just for funsies, although I do like Bilal more than this next card, I could bench Dyson Daniels and bring in Marcus Smart, who's now 2,500 salary, which gives me 500 additional salary to mess around with. And I could bring in a Pink Diamond who's currently at 5,500, again, just for funsies, and that is Mikal Bridges. Now, I think Bilal Coulibaly is a better card in this game than Mikal Bridges, but because I am a Knicks fan, I might not hate bringing him in. I did use Mikal a little bit in King of the Court over the weekend, and his jumper was pretty inconsistent for me, but I do like playing with players on my favorite team, so maybe I will try this lineup out for a bit. And Dyson Daniels, I know he's really good. I could always bring him back in. I have not used Marcus Smart in salary cap for a long time, and so I kind of want to try that. I'm really excited to try out this Paolo Banchero. I'm sure his price is much lower today, and we'll take a look on the auction house in a little bit, but I'm sure his price is much lower today than it was when I paid 100 and I think I paid 110 or 115k for this card. But this Paolo is very special. First of all, he's hollow, but that's not why I paid so much for him. He has 26 Hall of Famers and one legend badge, being limitless range. So this card is an absolute demon. I also think he has the satellite takeover, which is pretty nasty. So yeah, this card looks to be a really fun card. I've enjoyed using him. I used him a little bit in King of the Court. He was an absolute demon, just coming in to give me a couple of minutes to spell my two power forwards. So he's an absolute demon. And I think this lineup off the bench is also going to be a lot of fun to use, just because I really love Mario Chalmers. And yeah, I mean, Alex Starr now down to 800 salary is great. Did not have room to keep Bilal Coulibaly in this lineup, unfortunately. I think as long as I run a diamond and pink diamond backcourt with this lineup, I'm not going to be able to bring in that Bilal Coulibaly card, unless, like the Ruby, I mean, unless I were to bring in, the pink diamond Bilal Coulibaly in place of Mikal Bridges, which we could do. That we'll figure out, on a different day. Let me show you some of the other players in my collection. Dark Matter Donovan Mitchell, first and foremost, down to 10K, which is about the same price that a lot of these Galaxy Opals are at. And by price, I mean salary, obviously. Kawhi Leonard, for me, is the only Galaxy Opal that's at 8K salary. Everyone else is at 10K. Going through it here, you can see a lot of pink diamonds are still down at 5K, including Ron Artest, who we talked about earlier in this video, and the pink diamond Franz. Bilal Coulibaly and Stephon Castle, and Alex Sarr, 3 of our salary cap heroes from the NBA storyline set. All 3 of these cards being at 5,000 salary is really interesting if you want to bring one of them in. I may work on a lineup where I can bring in the pink diamond Alex Sarr, although I do feel like he's being really hyped up right now to the point that maybe he is just a little overhyped, which is fine. But it does look like a lot of these NBA all-star pink diamond cards are down to 5,000 salary, which is not bad at all, because that is the lowest value that they can all be at. Brad Miller at 7,500, totally fine. Moving on to the diamonds, Kwame Brown up to 2,500. A lot of these cards went back up. Jeff Green, I think he was at 2,500. He's up to 3,100. Mike Miller up to 3K. Was looking forward to maybe using him. I will not be using him this weekend. Andrew Wiggins was at 2,000 salary for literally 30 minutes, and now he's back up to 3,100. As I mentioned earlier, Dyson Daniels up to 3K, which is a little annoying. Russell Westbrook, 3,000 salary. Josh Hart is just sitting at 2,400 salary now. Like, can we please drop him to 2,000 2K, please? Michael Sweetney still at 2,000, which is not bad. Anyone else from the diamond tier I care about? Tyreek Evans, I was actually going to use him, but he jumped up, I think, by 2,000 salary up to 4K. PJ Brown and Brandon Miller also at 2K. If you're wondering where I got these cards from, I got a number of diamond option packs to end the season, end season 4, and so that's where I got a lot of these random cards from, like this Lonzo Ball. I think I had a YouTube video where I opened up the pack that got me Lonzo Ball, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, Lonzo Ball, 3K salary, a little annoying. Oh, I did not know Luol Deng was at 2K. That's not too bad. Anyone else that I care about? Derek McKee at 2,000 is not too bad. Maybe I'll bring in McKee over Diamond Jaime. I just like Jaime's jumper. All these unlimited amethysts are at 1,500. I would expect some of them to drop down to 1,200 on Saturday. And if that happens, I may try to find a way to bring some of them in, because a lot of those unlimited amethysts are really good cards. And I think, you know, even at 1,500, it's not a bad value to bring them in, but I kind of want to see when they hit 1,200, because a lot of the players in my lineups are minned out at 1,200. And so if I could bring some of them in, you know, once all the players are at 1,200, that'll make it a little bit easier. I'm not going to have to, you know, trade out other players around the margins. Nikola Topic also 1,500, as you guys can see. Anyone else I really care about here that's worth mentioning? Yeah, okay, so all the unlimited Amis are at 1,500. Scoot Henderson's at 1,200 if you like the Speed Demon. Klay Thompson up by 200, up to 1,000. And then again, when it comes to the rubies, I think the only rubies most people care about, Mario Chalmers, as we mentioned, is at 1,000 salary. Bub Carrington's at 800. Tumani Kamar is up to 1,000. I believe Scottie Pippen is down to 800. Yes, he is. Josh Giddey's at 1,000 salary now. There's Bilal Coulibaly's Ruby, as I mentioned, at 1,000 salary. Even at 1,000, he's such a good value. He's such a game changer on defense. What is Austin Rivers? That's the last card I kind of care about. He's still at 800. I feel like whenever Mario Chalmers hits 1,200 salary, if I need that additional 400 salary to mess around with, I will bring in Austin Rivers, and I'll get usually about 80% of my Mario Chalmers production, which is not bad. Let's take a quick look at the market, because a lot of players have dropped in value. I want to first see Wemby, who is still at 10,000 salary. Wemby is still going for a pretty penny, but 700K I think is still a little less than what he's been going for. And I don't really think the value is here. I think people on YouTube and Twitter have been gassing up this market crash, which there really is a market crash on a lot of the pink diamonds and diamonds. But that doesn't mean Wemby is going to be at the price that you may want to pay for him. A card that I think is going to be at that price point, however, is Dr. J. This one is at 272. I wonder if his price will continue to drop throughout the day as more people rip packs. And more importantly, if you can be patient, if we get super packs every single Tuesday, we could see these cards drop in value over the course of the season. You know, one of the issues we've had in this game is supply on older cards. I think, for example, the Dark Matter Hakeem Olajuwon, I know a lot of people have been talking about how there are barely any Dark Matter Hakeems out there. We can take a look and see how many there are now. Was he in the Warp Zone? Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so see, like right now, we still only have 2 Dark Matter Hakeems, right? I mean, maybe one was just posted like a couple of hours ago, but that's it. Doesn't seem like a lot of Dark Matters and Galaxy Opals, I mean, or 100s, obviously, are really flying out of packs. It really is the Pink Diamond cards. I saw a couple of Dr. J's end under 200K earlier when I was checking on my phone, so this is a really good price for Dr. J. I know this Pink Diamond's been out for a while, but look at how many are up. I mean, right here we have 4 of them that are going to expire within 7 minutes of each other. 5 of them that are going to expire within 7 minutes of each other. This one has 35 Hall of Famers and Legend Legend Glove. So yeah, there are a number of really good Dr. J's that are up right now. A lot of them are tricked out with Legend badges. You can probably get one that's stock if you time it right, and you buy one that's, you know, sandwiched between 2 Dr. J's that have added Hall of Fame badges. You may be able to get that one that's less desirable of the 3 of them for a little bit less. At least that's what I would do. So yeah, a number of good Pink Diamonds. A Pink Diamond that I'm considering picking up, I think from back in Season 1, right? Yes, let me see. What's Paul George going for? Is Paul George a buy now? This one has 6 added Hall of Famers, and he's at 100K. Which is not bad. They're good Hall of Famers, too. Unless he came with those. Yeah, maybe he did. Okay, I don't know how loud this music is in the background. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me adjust this for 1 second. This is pretty loud in my ear, at least. Let's drop this a little bit. Okay. I apologize if the music has been very loud. Alright, let's go back to the shenanigans. Alright. So yeah, Paul George, another pretty decent option. And then Diamonds, like we mentioned before, Paolo Banchero, a card that you guys are going to want to look at copping. From the same collection as Dr. J. Jaren Jackson Jr., another card who, I mean, he's sitting at 33K, which is hilarious to me. Now, he is at 5,000 salary, so I don't know if I'd buy him for salary cap. But you could buy him and see what happens with his salary. I don't know how he's at 5K and Paolo's at 3K. Let's see, how much is Paolo? Paolo's from which collection again? I keep forgetting what collection Paolo's from. Let's take a quick look, and then we'll end the video after we look at Paolo. Paolo is in Poetry in Motion. Poetry in Motion was a Season 2 thing. Let's take a look in the auction house. Okay, so he's getting bidded on, or getting a bid on him at 45K, which is pretty good. Sitting at 61K stock, that's not bad. See, I don't have any regrets paying what I did for mine. I feel like this card is going to probably settle around 55 to 60K. What 3 legend badges does he have on this one? Those aren't bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, look, I think as the season goes on, we're going to see more and more of these super packs on Tuesdays. I don't think this is going to be a one-off by 2K. I think 2K is going to try and gas up the community get people hyped in the community by dropping super packs every Tuesday along with mediocre content. I mean, we didn't even talk about the players that we got today because none of these cards really excite me. I don't think any of these cards are going to make any traction for you in salary cap. I mean, maybe Michael Ray Richardson because he's going to be an elite defender. Like, this card could be a fun card to add, and maybe, you know, if you get the equal chance pack and you get him, maybe you don't have to be super sad, I guess. But yeah, I don't really care for any of these other cards. I mean, Robert Parrish can't shoot and 65 speed. What are we doing here, 2K? What's the point? Like, why don't you just give us super packs on Tuesdays and we just drop the heroic content? Like, this is terrible. You know? Yeah, I don't like this at all. You know, and the agendas don't look to be like easy. So you're gonna have people do all these agendas just to get a diamond more than likely. Like, I know it's equal chance, but still, not a fan of it. But yeah, that was a lot of information I feel like I threw at you guys all at once. Let me know in the comments down below if you made it to this point in the video, first and foremost. I appreciate you guys. But if you made it to this point in the video, also, leave a comment if you want. Let me know of a player that you're looking to buy or that you've already bought today from this market crash. So you're adding to your team. If it's for salary cap, that's even better, but even if it's just for your main squad, I think there are a lot of good deals to be had out there. I think a lot of diamonds are really, really cheap outside of Paolo Banchero and Jaren Jackson Jr. You can probably get the majority of other diamonds that you like for probably under like 10 to 15K, which is great. So yeah, go and take advantage of all the deals. And if you can't get a player that you want at the price you want today, don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll get more super packs next Tuesday and on the next one and on the next one, on the next one. So we have plenty of time. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I'll see you guys on a stream very soon. But until then, I'm out. Peace.